Welcome to Keep Trucking Personal, where we invite you to explore the heart and soul of our company, Kivi Brothers Trucking. Through engaging storytelling, insightful market updates, and vibrant energy, our podcast reflects our culture, values, and achievements. Whether you're a team member or industry enthusiast, join us to build connections, foster growth, and inspire excellence. Discover why we're more than just a company. We're a community, a catalyst for positive change, and a home for those aspiring to be part of something extraordinary. The pre-trip is complete and engines ready. We're set to hit the road on the Keep Trucking Personal podcast. Let's go.
Welcome back to Keep Trucking Personal. My name is Tyler Kivi and I'm your host. This is a special episode and I'm going to tell you why. It's our 52nd episode. So it's 1 year we've been producing this podcast. And if you had to ask me a year ago, did I think we would be here? You know, I would of course said yes. But when I look back at the journey, it's been a ride. Like, it's a lot to come up with content. It's a lot to keep it relevant. It's a lot to stay authentic. And it's been a lot of work for me. Typically, I get a lot of ideas and I like to get them going and run with them. And, you know, to stay consistent for 52 weeks doing this is a monumental goal of mine. So I'm excited to say that I've done it personally, but I can't take the credit for this Keep Trucking Personal podcast. There's way more behind the scenes that happens and more than I can even give thanks to, but I'm going to give thanks to the most important right out the gate. First and foremost is my wife, Caitlin. If she wouldn't have helped me believe in myself that I could do this, if she wouldn't have helped keep the momentum going, she's helped me with content, she's helped give me feedback, she's helped me produce this whole thing from a concept. And she always believes in me, and she always pushes me to the right side, pushes me hard enough to know, like, you're capable of doing this. Don't worry, have confidence in yourself. So I'm super grateful for my wife. If it wasn't for her, this podcast would not have even started. Second, Kate Spear. She is in the background and she produces this podcast. She's built the website. She brings all the content to all the platforms that you listen to it on: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. She does all of the back end work. She's built the intro, the outro. She's just magic when it comes to the back end of this stuff. And I could not have a podcast without her. So thank you so much, Kate. Obviously, the marketing team at Kivi Bros, they take all of the content that we produce and all the content that Kate puts together, and then they distribute it. So without them, you guys would not even be able to listen to this. So I'm super thankful there. And finally, the drivers. If I didn't have drivers, they wouldn't give me an industry to talk about. So the drivers are the foundation of this podcast. And so without drivers, I wouldn't have an industry to talk about, and I wouldn't have an industry that I've been in my whole life that I'm super passionate about. So that is what drives me. My wife, once again, she's the catalyst of all good in my life, and I'm super thankful and love her. You know, as I look back on all of the episodes leading up to this 52nd episode, we've covered so many things, had so many professional drivers that I believe are elite in the industry, that set the standard of what it means to be a professional driver and keep trucking personal, to go above and beyond when no one's watching and do it day in and day out. It's not easy to do. It's easy to talk about, not easy to do. And I've talked with people in the health sector that help and are passionate about keeping drivers healthy. We've went through safety numerous times. That's kind of a core foundation of this podcast, is what it, not only to be a good, healthy, professional truck driver, but to be safe and to help build safe foundation and habits. And what it's like to be, you know, out on the road, and what it's like to be a heavy haul driver, and what it's like to do flatbed, and what it's like to just be away from your family, and how to persevere, and how to be, you know, optimistic and understand that this industry is tough. It takes a team to persevere. You can't do it on your own. And that's why we're here. There's just so many things, you know, I'm looking over every episode that we've done right now, and it's just amazing to see all of it. Like I said, we brought people that are third generation at this company to the podcast, and they've shared how they've done and what it was like to work with their father and to have their children working at this company. Just a remarkable thing to have happen at any company, and I'm thankful that it happened here. You know, and I've worked with our safety team to talk about tips for success when these road inspections come up. Yeah, there's just so many deep topics, and it's kind of, I don't want to say emotional because I'm not necessarily saying that, but it's humbling to see this many different people and to have heard their stories and to bring it to light for everyone. And I even was a guest on one of these, which is pretty fun. Caitlin interviewed me. So super thankful. I think, it's just getting started. It's just getting going. Really, when I think about it, we're still just an audio podcast. One of my things that I want to work on in the second year of Keep Trucking Personal is eventually bringing up video podcast, making this a little more, not only see it, but hear it and feel it. Because for me, it's really inspiring to see it that way. I've talked about leadership, and, our CEO, Derek, shared tactical approaches he takes to get things done and execute. And I've talked a lot about how we try to be very transparent at this company and work through many different facets of putting our boots on the ground and being hands-on, not afraid to get our, hands dirty per se, and be involved. And trucking is what brought us here. We're truck drivers at heart, and that's why I believe our company is so successful. And now the fundamental part of the whole podcast is relationships. It's the core. That's the foundation of this podcast. Everything comes around relationships. Technology is emerging in this industry and has, like in many industries, but it does not, and it cannot erode what a relationship means. And it's so important to me. I think a relationship is what customers thrive on. Yes, you may have the best price in this industry, but it won't last if you can't build a relationship. It just cannot. And so relationships are the number one foundation of keeping it successful. What does it mean to build a strong relationship? Because you'll notice at the heart of every episode, at the heart of everything we do at Kivi Brothers Trucking, the idea is relationships. It's our foundation. It's truly what we build our success on, is relationships. And it's a people business. So whether you're talking about the connection between drivers and dispatch, driver, manager, driver fleet, there's so many relationships. And it goes even farther than that. The carriers and the shippers and the brokers and the carriers. It's all about trust and communication and commitment to getting the job done. A strong relationship means both parties have each other's back, whether it's through challenges or through the successes. And you might ask, well, how do we build relationships? How do we build relationships that build success? Well, it has to be rooted in trust and respect. And when you have those roots, you're unstoppable. So it's whether here at trucking at Kivi Brothers or in the trucking community abroad, the people you surround yourself with can shape your journey. So for me, I'm always trying to rub shoulders with people that I want to elevate myself, or people that I respect and I want to be like. I think it's okay to have an idol that you want to pursue. And I look for people that are humble, people that treat people right, people that don't have ulterior motives. And those are the type of people that I want to surround myself with. And it's a circle that lifts you up. So if you're not looking up to someone in your circle, that circle's not elevating you. It's not building you up. And that rings true in trucking and business and life, anywhere. Like, you can have a circle at work, you can have a circle at home, and you can have a circle of friends. And that group should be elevating you. And if you're not only being elevated and vice versa, elevating people within your group, it's not benefiting you. And it's easy to talk about, hard to do. I say that a lot. This is one of those things. It's easy to get complacent and stick with just your status quo, but trying to find a new friend group, trying to find a trucker that you can follow that's leading you down the right path and not just blowing hot air, because we see it a lot, and it's more common than we want to believe. It truly is. And so finding that circle that lifts you up, bring new people in, step outside of your comfort zone and join something that is a different circle. I'm part of book clubs that we meet once a month, and we get to relish in the concept of a book, but you do it amongst people that have the same interests and they want to raise you up. Trucking councils, associations. There's many different things that I'm a member of, and I do that intentionally to help elevate myself, because then I can help elevate people at a work circle within our company, and I can continue to try to raise the tide, because a raising tide raises all boats. It's common. So the next 52 episodes, I'm going to keep layering in relationships and layering in concepts to help build a stronger trucking community. And of course, this is, transferable to any industry, but trucking's my passion. That's what I'm passionate about. I want to make sure we hold old school values and we leverage technology to make everything as efficient and optimized for anyone that's in this industry. And that's what keeps me motivated. Build strong circles, build strong truck drivers, build strong office staff, bring good work ethic to a driver manager that doesn't know what it's like to be behind the wheel of a truck, and be open to learning and listening to others. And I try to do this. This is one of my core foundations. Try to listen more than you speak. It's super hard to do. And there's so many things and times that you want to jump in and this is what you have to say. Take that time and listen. Take time to appreciate those who have supported you. Like there's so many people that get you to where you are now. And sometimes we can be narrow-minded and think that we did it on our own. And usually that's not the case. There's people that were around you and helped stand you up and supported you. So don't just wait until the big moments to say thank you. Say thank you often. Surround yourselves with individuals who are going to challenge you, push you, and hold you accountable. That's what this game is all about. That's how you keep growing. And keep communication clear and honest and frequent. Let's be transparent. Let's keep trucking personal. And let's build a strong trucking industry. That's what it's all about. So I want to say thank you again to everyone who's been a part of this journey, to everyone who's listened, to share, comment, reached out with an email or a text, whether it was just to say, hey, that was some good content, or hey, can we talk about this in the coming episodes? I'm really appreciative of that. And as we look forward to the next 52 episodes, let's keep building and building and building on that. And like I said, I'm hopeful to bring some video podcasts. I think that's the exciting part that I am going to be able to do. And you guys will enjoy, like I said, listening, seeing it, feeling it, and really bringing in the content. So whether behind the wheel or in the office or just listening in, know that you're a part of this family. And let's make the next round even better. Until next time, keep trucking personal.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Keep Trucking Personal. We appreciate you taking the time to explore the heart and soul of Kivi Brothers Trucking with us. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to let us know your thoughts. Tune in next time as we continue our journey together, diving deeper into what makes us a community, a catalyst for positive change, and a home for those who aspire to be part of something truly extraordinary. Until then, keep trucking, and we'll catch you on the next episode.